Start with Azure, played by.
Army 827, and Azure is a half-elf paladin.
Followed by Raz, played by.
Rill, and Raz is a half-elf lorebard.
Marvelous. Then we have Sylvia, played by.
A rather chill Cerulean, and Sylvia is a human sorcerer warlock.
Excellent. And then we have Okoru, played by.
Charwolf, and Okoro is a bugbear monk with a lot of arrows sticking out of his ass.
Pincushion, indeed. And last but not least, we have Ivar, Gold Crown, played by.
Ryanaga, and Ivar is a gray dwarf, Eldritch Knight.
Excellent. Okay, so to catch us up a little bit on what happened last time, and actually, let me also push this into the background. I told you guys that you can push the map into the background, right?
Yep.
Okay. All right. Last time when you guys had played, you had come through the southern section of the Goblin Market and come to a four-way intersection. So you decided that the first place you would explore would be to go north. When you made it north, you came up to this really long corridor, and Okoru managed to overhear some voices at the other end, but really wasn't certain what those voices were about. And so, okay, and so he was trying to stealth through, but got hit multiple times by a series of poison dart traps, making his way through the hallway. And at the other end, he found two bugbear guards that turned out to be guarding an outpost for Xanathar's Guild, which is a thieves' guild run by Xanathar, the beholder on the front of his book. And so ultimately, the party figured out they could jump over pressure plates in the ground and not set off the dart traps. And then they managed to kill the guards just before they came around the corner and were able to call out for help. And then after that point, everyone had gotten into a combat with the intent of surprising the enemy, and discovered that the enemy surprised them right back by somehow, thanks to pack tactics, being able to overcome a lot of Okuru's defense. And he is now hanging on by a thread. It is the start of the round, and Shun is up first. So let's see here. If I did, I'm gonna test something. Okay. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, so that really doesn't work. Okay, so we're gonna get rid of those. You can't do that. That doesn't help. That doesn't help. All right, he's just gonna try a standard attack. Oh shit! Wait a minute. I have to re-roll that. That's actually a disadvantage. No, apparently. Let's see here. Disadvantage. Here. And still a hit. Okay, well, now that that's been confirmed. Nope. This one. Boop. Oh no.
The gods have spoken.
They have. I'm still going to have you. Oh no.
Why would he be rolling a
Constitution? The
Oh.
Yeah, it turns out that the crossbow bolt that hit him carries a poison on it as well. You can see it seeping from the wound, and Okuru collapses. That means the first person up is Azure.
Wait, do I not make any kind of save on my turn, or does Azure go before me?
Yeah, Azure is before you in the turn order.
Oh, okay.
I'm just going to chuck a javelin.
Okay.
And that's my turn.
Okay. So the javelin impacts the creature in the shoulder. He yelps, grips it, and gives you a dirty look. Haleth is up. Woe be unto all souls before him. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I believe. Yeah. Away from my monk companion. Oh shit.
Holy shit!
Ah. The creature is paralyzed by fear.
Wow.
Raz, you're up.
Ah, fucking hell.
You okay?
Sorry, I'm just trying to remember how to draw shapes.
But why would you want a fireball here?
That doesn't make any sense.
Huh, I didn't realize so many people were ahead of me in the turn order.
Yeah.
That's good.
They actually didn't end up acting last time because you had to go before them. Okay, so hold on a second. Don't do anything, Raz, because I have to help you with targeting. Target every character you can see, okay?
1 second. 5, 10, 15, 20,
No, well,
20,
actually, I might be able to do that. Can I?
30.
I can.
Alright, I'll target everyone. And how do I do that again? Shift?
It's control. You hold control and just click on the token. And then when you're ready, you can fire. Oh, this is super important. I failed to mention it in the recap. One of the last things that happened is, as everyone was retreating away from the oncoming party, they shouted out for reinforcements, which are presumably coming up from behind. So, anyways, go ahead, fire off your fireball.
From behind or, like, where's behind?
Behind Shun, into the southern dark area. That's where they shouted into.
So your fireball is well targeted.
Is what I was trying to say, yes.
Okay, I'm just trying to figure out if I can get one lower, but I don't think I can.
Well, let me see something. So, where's the center of this? Wait. Nope, that doesn't do it. Okay, it's fine. It's an effective fireball. Go ahead and... Oh, isn't that too large?
It is. I'm trying to reduce it. I was trying to get the center.
Okay.
It's hiding behind things anyway.
Oh, hold
Everything's
on.
targeted, right?
I can help you. There it is.
Perfect. Okay. All right, gonna cast now.
All right, don't do it because I got to double check something. I'm gonna control.
Raz the room clearer.
Okay, I'm ready.
I thought I didn't have any 3rd level slots left. Unfortunately for them, I had one.
Wow, that's okay. So, failure, success, failure,
Ooh, Shun
success,
failed. Good.
failure. Oh, oh. So Shun is still alive. In
That's
fact,
pretty impressive, actually.
it is. Nobody died, but it still really really put a bind on everybody present. Well done. I'm gonna clear your targets just so we don't get them mixed up for next turn. But okay, so you fireballed, you've moved. Do you have any bonus action you want to take, or are you done?
Unfortunately, actually, 1 second. Let me quickly. Bonus. Oh, sweet. I'm gonna give Bardic Inspiration to who? Wait. Sorry, I need to very carefully read this. Yes, I'm going to give Bardic Inspiration to Okoru because a death saving throw is a saving throw.
Nice.
Okay. I think it's gonna automatically roll without the d6, so just we'll correct for it.
If it's less than a 10, I'll add the d6.
Okay. All right. Anything else, Raz?
Nope, that's it.
Okay. Okay.
None of the rest of us.
Yeah, we couldn't see it.
Oh, that's interesting. Brandon, can you see it?
Nope.
What the fuck? It's a 4. I wonder if I can
Okay. I'll add the d6, because why not? Maybe I'll get lucky. Here it is.
Nope.
Unfortunately. So that's your
It's
first
another
hit.
fail.
Yeah. Well, no, it just counts as one. Your first death saving throw.
I
So
thought, I just have the poisoned condition
I guess
and
that's
not
different.
taking.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
part of the reason I have that on there is the unconsciousness, the first one has to do with your hit points. But even
Right.
if your hit points are brought up, you're still unconscious as long as the poison is on you. Now, give me just a second. I want to double check on the poisoned attack. Okay. The target wakes up if it takes damage or another creature takes an action to shake it awake. So that's how you can get around it. I don't think damage is going to help matters much right now. Sylvia, you're up.
Okay, first thing I'm going to do. I've got a bunch of healing dice. I'm going to spam 3 of them at once to heal a Koru.
Okay.
Here we go.
All right.
Okay, 10 points.
Let me
That's my bonus.
see. I think if I gotta remember how to do this. I think it's yes, -10, maybe. Ah! Wait a minute. The poison went away. Where did the poison go away? It was attached to the unconscious condition, so there. That's gonna be close enough. It'll be fine.
The other unconscious should go off too.
No,
And that's from the poisoned.
yeah, it's from this target is unconscious as long as it is poisoned in this way,
So he remains unconscious.
and will remain unconscious until he either takes damage or another creature takes an action to shake him awake.
Okay.
Yeah, but at least you're not, like, rolling death saves.
Yes.
For now.
All right. So that's your first
Actually,
action.
you're in good position because you're prone now.
Yeah, it's true. they'll have just normal attacks instead of attacks with advantage.
Oh, I'm
All
also
right,
gonna.
let's see how far I am from all that nonsense.
Oh, you know what? If never mind. What I was gonna say is if you just target any target over there, like just hold control and click the target, and then mouse over your character, it will tell you the exact distance you are from them. And then here, give it a try. So now that you have him selected, it says you're 70 feet away. 65, 60.
Okay, that's close enough. And that's also as far as I can go in a turn. So what I'm going to do is the old choke point maneuver. Alright, I have to summon it in an unoccupied square, but
Okay.
alright, and I guess it doesn't do initial damage, does it?
You'd have to tell me. I haven't looked at the spell lately, but if you want to drop it in the chat, I'll double check it for you.
There you go.
Flaming sphere. Okay, so 5-foot diameter. Any creature that ends its turn. So yeah, and then 2d6 on failed. Bonus action, you can move it through, and then it makes a saving throw. When you move the sphere, attract berries. Yeah, okay, so there's definitely no initial. I think the healing dice that you used were your bonus action already, right?
Right.
Okay. So then,
So that's the turn right there.
excuse me. Yeah, that should do it. Okay. Then next up is going to be Ivar.
By the way, it'll be 3d6 fire and not 2d6 because I had to use a pact magic slot.
By the way, I dropped in the chat just now the appendix for conditions. So if you're uncertain what frightened or paralyzed does, you guys should have this in your hot bars, so that you always have it handy.
All right, I'm gonna attack Mr. Paralyzed.
He quakes before you. Oh, good thing you dropped that 9.
Very nice.
The wonders of advantage.
Oh my god. Did you guys see how close that was to rolling 2 10s?
Yeah.
Okay, so he's still paralyzed, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Sure, I have advantage on.
Give me just a second. In fact, I'm going to double check on the vengeful glare. Da 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 da. Failure target is paralyzed until the end of his next turn. The target is frightened for 1 minute. Okay. Okay. Yeah, he doesn't lose that status. So
Okay,
go
cool.
ahead.
All right, he's dead.
Nicely done. Well, that's the end of him then. Let me figure out where the fuck he is in this turn order. Oh, he was next. Anything else you'd like to do before you finish?
No, I'm fine, thanks.
Okay. Let's see here. Hmm. Okay. And then he can't stay there. 10.
I mean, he can if you want him to take 3d.
I think he would not appreciate that if I let it happen. 10, 15. Okay.
Sylvia, you're making them run.
They had already started running before this happened.
That's
10,
true.
20.
Because they're cowards.
That would seem so. 5, 10, 15, 20. And then. Okay. I'm gonna have to check and make sure that I put everybody on separate initiative. Hold on a second. Settings.
Interesting. I don't actually have to see a target to ram the sphere around.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you that.
Well, you do have to be able to tell it where to go. Like, you have to have line of sight to the location you want it to roll. Initiative.
It actually doesn't say that. It just says I can move the sphere up to 30 feet.
I know, but all spells have line of effect. If you can't see where it needs to go, then, like, what if there's a wall there? You know, it would just run into it and then nothing would happen. Do you know what I mean?
Right, it'll just waste movement against the wall,
but that's not what I'm saying is that's why it doesn't work. Like, you can't tell an object or spell effect to go into an area or target a space that you cannot
Actually,
see.
you're wrong, Alex. Unfortunately, Jeremy Crawford. The text of Flaming Spirit explains how the sphere interacts with barriers, creatures, and pits as it rolls around. As a caster, you don't have to see where it moves. January 2018, Sage Advice.
Okay.
this makes me happy.
Follow the bouncing ball of death.
Oh, that should be a +4, but we're good.
Okay. 10, 15. So that was Fairy Fire, which you managed to resist, and it's your turn.
Yay! So I'll move, and then I'll dash down to here, and that's my turn.
Okay. Caliph, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Raz, you're up.
Bonus action. I need to use an action to wake up a Kuru.
Yep.
5, 10, 15. Using my action to wake up a Kuru.
I don't want third dinner.
And then finishing my movement there, and that's it for. Wait. Yep, that's it for me.
Nope, get rid of that. There we go. Okay, so Koru is still poisoned, and it's your turn.
Master Kaio always said not to walk into the light. Got so goddamn bright all of a sudden. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. Let's see. Forgive me, I wasn't prepared to actually get up. I'm just double checking. I believe I can take a bonus action dodge, but I want to make sure it doesn't take a key point. No, it does take a key point. Well worth it. I will spend a key point to take a bonus action dodge. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. All right. I have. Can I?
That is a bad idea.
No, it's not. He's not within Flaming Sphere.
Yeah,
Well-
he is.
No, he's not. 5-foot radius is only up one, down one, left one, right one.
Well, one, does Flaming Spear affect allies as well?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. All right, so I'll hold here.
Okay.
Because that's information that Okoro would reasonably know if he can feel the heat radiating off that thing.
Yep.
He has his whip out. He'll switch to his whip, and everything attacking him is at disadvantage. And that's it for me.
Okay. Sylvia, you are up.
All right, I move there, which is as far as I can run without wasting, more action. Let's see. I'm going to ram the sphere into one of these creatures that's right up front here.
Okay, when you move the sphere, do me a favor. Don't move it completely into the square. Just move it partly. That way it'll be a little easier and I won't have to move the the token. Okay, so that's 5, 10, 15 feet of movement.
Yeah.
And so it went through both enemies naturally, right?
I actually, well, it can't do that. I don't have to send it in a straight line.
Well, I know you don't, but I assumed that you would move it through both enemy squares.
Yeah, but if I did that, it would just hit the first one and stop.
What? Oh, okay, so are you moving it into the square with unidentified creature 10?
Hang on a second. Can it hit multiple enemies per turn?
Well, it always could in the previous editions. 5-foot diameter
It,
sphere. Any creature that ends its turn, its bonus action, move the sphere, ram into a creature, and the sphere stops moving this turn. So, yeah, in previous editions, because the sphere isn't a physical thing, like you could just roll it through things. It's just a ball of gas. But apparently it has physical form now. Oh, okay. Ooh, that was a close one. I'm just going to move it to here, actually, because if you ram it into unidentified creature 10, who I assume is your target, yes?
Yep.
Okay. Then he'll be the person that dropped the saving throw on his head, and then I'll just leave that right there.
Okay. Failed.
Okay. I don't think that. Oh, wait a minute.
I used a level 3 slot to cast it because Pact Magic.
No, it's not that. I had scrolled back up to find the text for Flaming Sphere, so it looked like the damage hadn't been dealt to the enemy, because I was too far up in the chat log. So, anyways, that's no problem. All right, so you've moved, you've used a bonus action. I think you still have a regular action. Is that right?
I do. Crap, I was going to get close to a Koru and use a health kit, but I can't.
Hmm.
I can see unidentified creature.
I think you said 10, but you cut off. So,
No, I said 1.
okay, well, you cut off. That's why. So, yes, you can see him.
Okay. Can I identify him?
Oh, sorry about that. Let me just go. Right. You already know these are bugbears. You've come across them before.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll just Eldritch Blast him with my action.
Okay. Hold on. Okay. You hit.
Okay. Can I see
Okay.
10 from where I am with my other rep?
Um, this one is going to take a little work on my part to figure out, so bear with me.
Because I think the corner there is blocking me.
I think the answer is that he has 3/4 cover, but you can barely see him.
Okay, that's disadvantage then?
No. Do you see the -5?
Yeah.
That's what you need to click. So click that first and then roll.
Ooh, holy shit!
Oh! Okay. Okay,
I'll take it!
I think I know. I think I know what happened. So, your Eldritch Blast, seared the first bugbear, causing him to just, turn into a scorch mark against the wall, and the bugbear behind him was like, "What is that?" and tries to poke his head a little bit to get a glimpse of the source, and that's when you hit him with the second blast right in the face. And yeah, so he does not look good. But that's it now, I believe.
That's it.
Okay. By the way, I discovered something. If everybody looks at the combat tracker, there's a dragon head in the lower left-hand corner. If you click that, you'll end your turn. Thank you. So now, from now on, if everybody just clicks, I don't have to ask if your turn is over. And Ivar, you're up.
Just gonna dash, which gives me a whopping 50 feet.
I mean, it's a lot.
Total, that is.
Oh, I know.
So, peril of being a dwarf. 5, 10.
The symbol band crosses 50 feet. Yes. Boop. Okay.
Where's the dragon head? I'm trying to click it. I can't see it.
Can you see the
It's
bottom of the
black.
Oh, the very bottom. Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
Perfect. Okay. Um, Hold on a second. I'm checking. Okay. No, that's not going to help matters. That's not going to help matters. Nope. Uh-huh. Okay. Hmm. Yeah, I should have done that. Well, maybe. It's hard to say. Okay. 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 Aha! Moves to here.
He is angry and has half a face.
And he's going to take it out on Ivar. Or not. He can't see too well.
Unsuccessfully.
Go ahead.
Don't I get an op attack when he moves in my reach?
Yes, you do.
Okay.
And did he pass by Okoru's reach?
No,
No.
I'm wielding my whip right now.
10, 10 you said?
Mhm. And that's it for bugbear number 10.
It was a noble effort. Like runs into a pike and dies.
His compatriot is going to attempt to make the same mistake, except, oh no, you're out of opportunity
Yeah, that's
attacks.
true.
He misses. It clatters off of your armor harmlessly. Okay. This guy makes it to here and whirls on Okoru with his Warhammer, or sorry, Morningstar, and actually
Disadvantage.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna roll another attack.
Clever.
Sure.
Because okay, so he gets a
There you go.
13, which misses. And then 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 here, and I'll put proper disadvantage on this time. Morningstar.
Wow.
1 second. Cutting words. I'm going to use my reaction.
Does that have a distance?
60 feet.
Oh yeah, you're almost certainly within 50 feet. Actually, just to make sure.
Just barely.
Yeah, 55. That's fine.
So -4 to that. Does that still hit at a 15?
No.
No.
Mm-mm.
Thank you, Raz.
Raz, do you have some cutting words for our bugbear opponent?
I've learned just to rah miss. Hey, bada 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 bada, swing, bada bada bada.
And that distraction is all it takes to put the
Simple.
to cause the bugbear to swing wide. Okay. Let's see. Next up is him. Oh, 10, 20. Whoa, no. Okay, next up. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Yeah, that's the best he can do. All right, disadvantage. And swing. And you got
Jesus, with the 19s.
I know, right?
I can only do so much.
I'm just
Yep.
making sure nobody else has any reactions.
Nope. Already used mine too.
Oh, it is a brutal swing with that Morning Star.
Gonna have a TKO if this keeps up.
He clubs you pretty hard, and you go down again.
It's a bad day for Okoru.
Yeah.
Well, and amazingly enough, I think that if it hadn't been for the initial volley from the thugs, like this wouldn't be enough to phase you. You'd be damaged, but you wouldn't even be, 75% below. So
If I hadn't have taken 4 critical hits, yes.
Was
Yeah.
it 4?
yeah,
Yep.
like so don't feel bad about being down. Like it took a lot. 5, 10, 15, 20.
They did have some
25,
great rolls.
30. Speaking of
Well,
great
they had
rolls,
advantage on every
Yeah,
single
the
attack
crit
they made on
fishing
me.
is a lot easier when you get 2 rolls. This is true.
Oh,
Whoa!
Oh shit.
Wow!
and he hucks a javelin at you for
Damn.
18 points of damage. Holy
These guys mean
shit.
business. Why were they running earlier?
Well, no, these are the
Wow.
bugbear reinforcements. They
Oh,
weren't
okay,
They're
okay.
running towards you.
I-
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So
Laughing at Azure.
let's see here. Oh, finally. Your magical shield causes the path of the javelin to warp and go very wide. Let's see. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 makes it to here. And then hucks another javelin at Sylvia. Manages
Damn.
another hit for pretty middling damage. You mostly manage to cause it to become a glancing blow. He does not have a lot of options. Let me see. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. He can make it to here, so that works. Oh, okay. He lines up his heavy crossbow and fires at Ivar. But your armor is simply too strong for him, and it collects the bolt. Then we have 5 and 25 makes it to here. Okay, Azure, you're up.
He's running.
I'll right here and swing at number 2.
And on an 11 too. You did it.
Oh,
And that's a great sword, right? Yeah, your great sword just hacks the creature, on the side, and as his right shoulder's kind of sagging towards the ground, he just collapses.
I can move there, okay, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and then I'm going to swing at number 6.
Okay.
Uh,
Ooh.
nope. And that's my turn.
Can
Alright.
you use your channel plus 10 on it, or are you the wrong kind of paladin?
And that would be -5.
I guess I was thinking of a different channel.
Oh, no, I don't have that. I'm a different type of paladin then.
Okay, so Haleth
Oh
moves
yeah, I
in
got that from being
and
Conquest
also
Paladin
goes
last time.
against your target. He swings with his first fist, and the creature manages to dodge, as with the second one. So Raz, you're up.
$30 feet, and can I see this point on the map? I can't actually. I don't know how to draw that line.
It's okay. In order to test for line of sight, choose one corner of your square and
Looks
draw
like
it
you
to
can.
one corner of another
Yeah.
square. If you can reach any corner of the square,
Mm-hmm.
you can see the target square. So since you can see this square, you can definitely see your target.
Cool. I have my final 3rd level slot.
I thought you said you only had one to begin with.
So I didn't realize I had 3. I thought I only had 2 at this level.
Why do you have 3?
Yeah, that's a good question.
I don't know. I have 4 first, 3 second, and 3 third.
Okay.
Wow. All right.
Classes.
Nice.
You guys are level
Double roast.
6. Ah, it's because you guys are 6th level, not 5th. Wait. Yeah, no,
Yeah,
everybody's
that makes.
everybody's
Yeah, we're
6th
all
level.
set.
That's where we got it.
Oh, I
flipped.
forgot about that.
I can't see the square below it, can I?
No. And also,
You'll
I don't.
probably wind up... Oh, you'll damage your Koru, too.
Okoro would take a death saving throw.
Hey Sophia, do you got a heal on you?
I've got Revivify. If you kill him, I can res him really quickly.
Hey, hold on just a sec. Oh, that poisoned status is left over from before. Okay, no problem. Sorry. Go ahead.
Cool. Well, he's unconscious, so I don't have to apologize. Could you target everyone else who's around corners, etc.?
Oh, yeah. Hold on just a second. Thank you for reminding me.
It'd be funny if this killed Sean or whatever his name is.
Shun.
Shun, yeah.
It possibly could. You never know where he is.
The
Let me
no luck
see.
kill.
So, okay, I think you're good to go then.
Yep.
Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 creatures died. That also
Good
means
grief.
that this creature gets removed from the battlefield.
Ha! We got rid of a summon.
Shun died.
Yep.
Oh, hold on just a second. Haleth has actually moved into the right position to be able to reveal a little tiny bit more of the map. Enter mask mode. I'm gonna go like that. I guess.
Okoro's gonna
Here,
wake up and be like, "Why is my fur singed? No reason. No one tell him." Also, Brandon, since this can't crit, I knew that it could not kill you. Oh shit! Unless you fuck up the saving throw.
I automatically
Still roll a
fail the saving throw.
Oh
Oh,
no,
yeah.
I meant your
Actually,
next saving throw.
is he listed in all of these effects?
He should have been.
Well,
I targeted him.
I saw that you targeted him. I'm just looking for him.
I'm not
here.
listed, but I took the failed saving throw. It's there on my sheet.
May I ask where? Because I don't know where to find those.
They're at the
Oh,
bottom
I see it. Okay,
by the hit
everything's
dice.
cool. All right, so right, Haleth confirms Shun's death is what the reveal was about. So let me also get rid of this pointer. Oops, hope that wasn't important. There we go.
Nope, that was
And
just me figuring out. So I don't think Bardic Inspiration would help because if you roll a nat 1, we're fucked anyway, and you're only one failed death saving.
Yep.
Eh,
well, I do have Revivify if he fucks up, but
Do you have the very expensive materials to cast that?
I thought we weren't paying attention to that.
We are not paying attention to materials that are less than 500 gold pieces in value.
And this says 300.
Yeah, you're fine. And in fact, that is specifically, well, this is an extension of that, but the wands, the other material focuses, they go in place of spell components for low levels of stuff. Like I think the rule says like 65 gold pieces worth of material can be ignored if you have a focus. But for my purposes, I mostly am really concerned about if you have the spell components for things like wish or really powerful spells like that.
Hmm.
So reincarnation, or sorry, not reincarnation. Well, no, reincarnation, resurrection, very powerful spells. You can always ask me if a spell would require you to have the components on hand, and then we can go
Right.
from there. So go ahead.
Oh, right.
Okay. Can you end the turn?
I just did.
No, I meant Brandon.
What do you need me to do?
Click the dragon head in the lower left-hand corner of the combat tracker.
Did it roll my death save already?
You succeeded.
Okay.
Yay. So I don't need to use that spell.
But we should probably get him up before they smack him again.
I heartily agree.
However, I'm out of fireballs, so I'm legitimately out of damage spells other than Vicious Mock.
I'm going to move there. I'm going to move the sphere to slam into number 9 there.
Okay. Can you drop the saving throw on number 9 for me?
Certainly. Nyar, nyar, nyar.
And then also decide which square you want the sphere to bounce off into.
The one right below it.
Go ahead. Yeah, there we go. So you there.
It's
Okay.
less than I had hoped for. But it was a bonus action, so whatever. And then on my normal action, I'm going to use as much magic as I can pump into this healing spell.
Okay.
I like the sound effect there in the background.
Yeah. Heal.
Oh, that was that was my text message.
There you go. Brought you to half health.
Okay.
And with
End your
that,
turn when you're done.
Yep, there you go.
Ivar, you're up. Oh, this is so cool. I like this.
Can I attack 3 or do I have to move? I'm not clear with the reach.
So you have 10 feet of reach. You can attack 3.
Okay, so Azure being there means nothing. All right.
Oh my
Not that
goodness.
I'd stab him in the back or anything.
This needs to go quiet for a little bit. There we go.
Was it Bugbear 3?
Yeah, Bugbear 3.
I just didn't want to hit Xanathar Thug 3, which is right next to him. Okay.
Okay, so that's a hit. Once again, you barely missed the 10. They're really none of these guys are doing good anymore.
Oh, wow. I get the blunt end attack
Okay.
as well with my bonus action.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Yay.
There you go. So the first
And then-
swing stabs out in a piercing attack. It guts him in the side, and he grips it. He manages to twist his upper body a little bit to miss your next swing, but that puts his head in reach. And unfortunately, he gets the blunt end right through his skull, which collapses.
All right. Now I'll just move into a nice, safe position right here,
Okay.
and I'm done.
All right. Let's see here. 10, 15, 20, 25. Oh, okay.
Oh no, not the wall of regeneration.
The crossbow bolt sinks into him, does the maximum amount of damage, so if he takes any more, you won't be able to regenerate. 5,
Oh,
10,
no.
15, 20, 25,
He just need to get hit 12 more times or whatever.
30. Let's
13
see
more
here.
times.
5, 10, 15.
At which point he'll just
20.
possess Shun.
Then he becomes a spellcaster.
Oh, he used to be a spellcaster.
Oh, cool.
Now he's a pile of ashes.
Yeah.
Manages another hit and then darts back into cover. From here, he's gonna huck a javelin at Sylvia. Manages
Ow.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25. And then the damage. There you go. And next up is. Wait a minute.
When he ran away, since I'm conscious again, he ran out of my threat range and will take a whip to the face.
Doesn't he have to? And I'm asking the question. Doesn't he have to be in essentially this square? Because he
I
was.
thought you were only long-limbed on your turn. Am I wrong?
No, actually, I'm not sure. I never thought about it. Let's look at long limb for a second. Long limb, long limb. It's under traits. Yeah, it is actually only on your turn. That's interesting. Okay, if he was located where the green square currently is, if he was here, you definitely would have gotten it, but because he was here and it's not your turn, there you go.
All right.
Okay, so next up is number 9. He's also going to try to huck another spear at Sylvia.
Did 8 get his turn?
Oh, sure enough. Sorry about that. I guess he's going to hit Haleth. Or not. He will...
He's in a tough spot.
He is
Yeah,
in
if
a
he
tough
moves,
spot.
he procs.
He's gonna get smacked twice.
He's probably...
Actually, he's gonna get smacked 3 times because he just procced Okoru, Ivar, and Halo.
Oh yeah, Halo 2.
Yeah, why don't you go first, Okoro, and then if Haleth needs to, he'll...
Sure.
Yeah, I'll save mine.
Oh, well, yeah, actually, that's a good point. Do you want to use your reaction? I don't think anybody else is in range. Well, and the question goes to both Okoro and Ivar.
I should use mine because, I mean, I'm not wounded, so I should just use it. Okay.
All right. You
Okay.
can go first.
That
Go
way
for
you
it.
have yours. It was 8, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or it was 8? Okay.
Yes. Okay, so that's a hit, and
There we go.
he dies in the process of moving.
Nicely done.
Thank you.
Not that it would have mattered because he would have stopped moving.
Yeah, his leg
is
got,
true.
taken off, and he just kind of fell over to the side, and he's bleeding out.
Poor guy.
So Bugbear number 9 actually already acted because of my mix-up. So we're back to the top of the round, which means it's Azor's turn.
Hold on. If 9 ends its turn right there next to the flaming sphere...
Oh, thank you for reminding me. No, he wouldn't. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Here we go. There we
I
go.
was going to say...
Well, then I'll just
Oh,
move
sorry
up
about
here.
that. I accidentally... There we go.
Yeah, and then I'll attack number 9.
Okay.
Goodbye, number 9.
Yep, sure enough. You cut him down where he stands. Oh, and I'm also gonna... You keep taking your turn.
And I'm going to smite on this.
Oh boy. Goodbye.
Another one's
Snap.
down. And then, because of your positioning, Haleth is up. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Well, they seem to be about the same damage level.
Haleth, go for number 3.
Was that number 3? I did. Yay.
Yes, it was.
So
Ooh.
Haleth rushes around the corner, dodging past the flaming sphere, and as he comes around, he gives a mean left hook and punches out the Xanathar thug, whirls on his compatriot
Ooh.
for another hit,
He's
and
mad.
oh, but
Oh.
it's a glancing blow. The thug manages to block it with his heavy crossbow. Raz, you're up.
Moving 30. Then just going to go naughty naughty at Xanathar Thug number 2. And that will be my vicious mock.
Knocked to death.
And then as my bonus action, I'm going to cast Healing Word on Sylvia.
Yay, thank you.
Okay.
And then... Oh,
Oh,
okay.
sorry about that. Force
Oh, I
ahead.
was going to hit the button, so I'm
Okay.
done.
Okuru, you're up. Also, the poison status gives you disadvantage on any attack rolls. Just oh, wait a minute.
Yep.
I'm so sorry. That guy's dead. We're actually
Yeah.
in combat. Give me
Oh.
just a second. I'm going to do some quick reveals here of space. Let's see here. So 5, 10, 15,
I
20,
dispel the sphere.
25, 30, 35, 40. I think I'm actually going to go out to there because Hal actually doesn't have dark vision, so that'll be about right.
Yeah, Kuru, hold still a minute.
So give me just a second to see if anybody has any treasure on them, because I'm sure that's the first thing that you're going to do, right?
Man, whoever it was in that bandit team that dispelled their own darkness spell really did a number on me. This is really smart of them. They really fucked me over. Really caught me with my small clothes down around my ankles and bent over.
Yeah. Yeah. Fancy that.
I haven't taken that many shafts since the last time I went to the bathhouse.
Ah. So in listening to this diatribe about Okuru's personal life, the rest of the party searches the remaining foes, and it turns out that the after you piled it all together, the thugs, the Xanathar thugs, they had a total of 14 gold pieces in coin. On a black cord around his neck, Shun had worn a silver key. And it looks really nice. It used to be attached by a string of some sort that's been burned away. So you have just the key itself. So even if the key doesn't go to anything, the amount of silver that was used in its making would probably fetch you about 5 gold pieces. So does anybody want to hold on to the key?
I'll keep it.
Okay, Raz. And then let's just distribute this gold. And Okoro, would you add 4 gold pieces to your inventory?
Sure.
Okay. I'm checking the reinforcement. No, that's just the combat. And then okay. So
Kuru, you healed 13.
Sorry?
what?
I healed you for 13 with the healer's kit.
Oh, thank you.
And I'm using lay on hands to remove poison.
Oh,
Koru feels so loved. He's had such a bad day, and yet people are being nice to him. That's not usual for him.
You think you might like this group. So this room that the arrow is pointing into, because of Raz's positioning, she can see that there are some stone racks spanning the walls, and some contain barrels that are look pretty rotted. They might contain ale or water or something. There's a large stone table in the middle of the room, which you can see a little bit of, and it's been draped in cobwebs. You catch a glimpse of a silver-bound wooden chest that rests atop of it, and you're not sure what else is in the room. Okay.
Stroll right in.
Let's see here. Layer, enter mask mode. It turns out that's really pretty much the contents of the room. The racks span around the edge of the room to all the different walls. That chest, the silver used in making it looks an awful lot like that silver key you found. So,
Whoa.
Oh my god.
Yep, gonna go click click.
Hold up. If you're gonna do that, I well,
Check for traps first.
yeah, but also like
Oh, we forgot
use
to
a,
roll
use
perception
a
because we were in combat. Everybody roll perception.
yeah. I'd use a mage hand too. Do it remotely in case the chest blows up or something.
Okay.
Okoro's just gonna sit down with a beer, pull out his brew.
Reminisce over being knocked into death saves twice.
Yeah. Having bright lights shown on him and then getting shot 12 times.
Okay. I think we're short one player.
Yeah, Okoru, you need to roll perception.
Sorry, my player sheet has gone away for some reason. I'm trying to figure out how to bring it back up.
You can just click your portrait in the top left corner.
All right.
See, totally worth it.
Excellent.
He's
Okay.
staying where he is, though. He is drinking his beer.
So, the three of you that are up in this corner, take a moment to inspect the chest, and together you look through the cracks that's formed between the lid and the base of the chest itself. You use a particularly thin tip of a dagger, trying to just sort of feel around gently to see if you can feel any tripwires. In the end, you feel reasonably sure that the chest is untrapped. It is definitely locked, though.
In the key goes. Click goes the key.
Okay. The key causes the lid to pop right open. Inside, you find a pile of 100 gold pieces. Um, and the name Shun is actually carved into the inside of the lid. So distribute the treasure. But that's all there is to it. It's just a big pile of gold pieces.
Gonna keep the box and the key.
Okay. Actually, you're more than welcome to keep the key. The box doesn't have an entry for the object, so I'm not really sure that I can, air quotes, give that to you.
That's fine. I will just consider myself to have the box and the key, and they're both worth together, however much the key is worth.
Okay, that works for me. So right. So now that you've
You said there were like shelves and such in the room, right?
yeah, they have these really like okay, if you've ever seen in the old cartoons when the Saint Bernard has that little cask around his neck.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're about that size. Now they're really rotted and old, but they are lining the walls of this room. And given there's a stone table here, a really rather large one, at some point it probably served as some sort of dining area. So it could contain either ale or water. Are you gonna take a peek and see what you can find?
Why not? In
Okay.
fact, I'll cast Detect Magic as a ritual just in case.
Okay, so when you cast Detect Magic, it covers this room. I'm pretty sure it covers this room 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Yeah, covers this room. No, you can stay where you are. And it covers part of the other room that you were in. And so between those two spaces, the only magic sources that you detect are people who are magical, people in your party, the objects they carry, and nothing else. None of these casts radiate magic. The treasure chest does not, neither does the key.
Fair enough. What's in the little casks?
Well, you sort of pick the first one up, trying to get a sense of what's inside of it and give it a shake. It falls apart in your hands immediately. The whole thing rotted, and it looks like um, what ultimately ended up happening was whatever type of liquid was inside managed to seep past the sealant that was put into the wood. So now the contents of it are just inside this rotted wood, basically. And so you go around and either the other remaining casts are just straight out rotted and fall apart, or they're empty. And their contents have long since evaporated or drained away. So not a single one of these casks contains anything. However, underneath one of the casks, sorry, underneath a number of the casks, there was a sheet that you hadn't seen before from the door, and underneath that sheet is a whole bunch of food that seems to have been hidden away. Um, and it actually qualifies as about 600 rations. Now, these rations are like jerky, more or less. So they're not the tastiest of food, but yeah, the party is considered to have food for like a month and a half now.
Yay!
So from there, that's all the contents of this room. Where would you like to go next?
Actually, quick question, since I wasn't here.
Yeah, you were shopping for a whole session.
Is there anything right here where I just put the circle?
Oh, as a reminder, I've mentioned this before. They wanted to include some areas of the dungeon that would allow DMs to create extra adventures, add in little side quests and stuff. So what they said is, if you see any of those 2 blocks, they're quote unquote entrances to the extended dungeon, meaning you can insert anything else that you'd like down that path. They didn't include any content in the book that should specifically go down those paths, and frankly, there's so much to every single floor. I thought it would just be too much to include anything there. So I
Gotcha.
left all of those blank.
Well, I say we should go west because it looks like, according to the map that I'm making, that will connect with the other path. Or we can take a nice long rest so someone can get back her spell slots and have more fireballs.
Oh, hearing that, Haleth calls from the other hallway. It looks like the bugbear slept on some rolls in this room down here.
Think there's anything valuable in here?
Well, I can't see. I haven't checked yet, but there could be. Oh, there we go. All right. Let me
I'll just
see.
try and like bring the light globe in here.
Okay. It's a good thing you did because it is quite dark in here, and for good reason. The bugbears had slept in various areas on the dusty floor of this room. There's nothing left of them now. They don't even have any like sacks or footlockers or even actual furniture. They've gathered up a whole bunch of cloth and sort of piled them up in 10 piles, and then they just kind of sleep on that. So uh, you could presumably sleep in here, assuming that nobody else is in the area that might check on them.
Works for me.
Okay. Um, Let me know what you're doing, and I think I already have the watch order. Yeah, I have the watch order. So
I'll
let me.
prestidigitate the cloths first before we sleep on them.
Okay, that takes you a solid 20-30 minutes to try to clean off the cloths enough to smell less of bugbear, which won't help in Okoru's case, but a nice
He is
gesture
happy
nonetheless.
to sleep in bugbear smelling cloth.
Indeed. And so, wait, this token there. So, anyways, anything else you're doing beyond the prestidigitation?
I'll set
Just
up an alarm.
investigating the room, make sure there's nothing in here, and then go to bed.
Okay. You guys take a thorough look around, especially looking for secret passages and the like.
Where are you putting the alarm? Okay.
Hereabouts.
Yeah, that's a good spot for it. Um, you investigate the room looking for secret passages, anything hidden. You test floor plates just in case. Ultimately, all of those searches reveal nothing. This room seems to be exactly what it appears to be. Um, Haleth is going to stand here, literally keeping guard, and everybody's going to go through rest. So let's see here. Rest. Long rest. Long rest.
Well, Koro is going to spend some time with his woodcarver's tools, making arrows over the course of the night.
Okay. All right. So you managed to refine a number of arrows to replace ones that you've used up. The alarm does not go off. Haleth never ends up seeing anyone, neither does anybody else in the watch order. So I'm going to delete this alarm. Um, Move to where you want to go. Let me know if you're doing anything else while you're moving there or before.
I can roll my stealth. Since it's a new day, do we need to roll new perception checks, or is that just a per session thing?
I'm going to do it per session. Okay, so you
Cora's
get your
having
stealth
a
roll.
bad week.
Okay.
I'll do
So
that.
move yourselves to where you'd like to be to investigate further.
Here.
Okay. Sylvia, there is no light here. Are you taking a light source with you?
I'm going to keep the globe turned off for right now.
Okay, well, that just means that you won't be able to see anything.
I can turn it on
Are you
if I need to.
Okay. 5, 10, 15, 20, 20.
She's hiding in the dark, even from herself.
And there.
But I'm not crawling in the dark looking for the answer.
So as you peer into the darkness, you can see that there's a door up ahead to the south. The passageway continues on. There's no sign that anybody else has moved through this passageway in a while. I mean, you know that the outpost is right here, and this is an obviously attached tunnel, but it doesn't look like people came this way.
Peer down the remainder of the hallway.
Okay. The hallway takes a turn to the south from here.
Okay. Azure, should we go through this door or down the hallway?
Yeah, let's check out the door.
All right.
There's a door? Hang on, I'll turn on the globe again.
Okay. So with the door, with the light on, you can see a door that everybody else tells you is present. What now?
I will slowly open the door.
Okay. So let's see here. Let's see here. 5, 10, 15, 20. Okay, Sylvia, you need to pick a square. Because I'm literally basing my light revelation on you. So is that your pick?
I'm gonna stay here and spread around the corner.
Okay, 5, 10, 15, 20. So light spell is 20 feet and then 20 feet dim beyond that, if I'm not mistaken. So 5, 10, 15, 20. All right, let me see what we got in here. Sylvia, your voice chat is incredibly robotic. I don't think most of us can hear what you're saying. Let's see here. This room is pretty large, and truthfully, all you can really tell from the light that you can see from here is that this room has no trace of dust or debris. The hallway that you're in also doesn't really have much of a trace of dust or debris, unlike the space to the north. And you can't really see any other details of the room. So yeah. Okay, let me try this then. Really? So that must mean that the problem is on my end.
You sound good again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Uh, well, I wrote the description in there. There's nothing actually in the room that you can see, and you can't even see the walls of the room, at least not from here. So it just seems to be a large, featureless, and clear space. Oh, also, obviously, nothing happens when the door opens. What now?
I'm back.
I'm gonna take one of the gold pieces that I got out of the chest and cast light on it and chuck it into the
Well, can you designate a square that it will be on?
I'm going to chuck it hereabouts.
Okay.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Took you a little longer to get back with us.
Yep, Discord seemed to be having some issues.
About like that. A little bit like that. Okay, it reveals that there's another door. One of the other things that you can see from this angle, especially thanks to the light, is that the walls are carved with frescoes depicting horrific cyclopean cities of black stone submerged beneath raging seas.
All right, I'm going to make sure to check for traps as I go in.
Okay. Sylvia, as you enter the room, and give me just a second. I want to reveal a little more here. There we go. As you enter the room, you become aware of a... Do I read that right? Hold on a second. Let me make sure I have my notes here. Okay. Huh. That's odd. My pointer thing was giving me trouble. Hang tight for just a second. I'm gonna draw there, right here. That 5-foot square right there. There is a dwarven skull sheathed in glass, floating about 10 feet off the ground. It's just floating there.
When you say sheathed in glass, it's like coated in glass?
Yeah, it seems to be. Obviously, there's a light source present. So, especially as you sort of shift your head back and forth, you can see light reflecting off the surface, and that definitely doesn't happen with a regular skull. So it looks like someone took a dwarf skull, dipped it in molten glass, pulled it out, and let it cool, and now it's a dwarf skull sheathed in glass.
Ooh, awesome. I need a dwarf skull.
Okay.
I'm going to cast Arcana to figure out what the heck's going on here.
Okay. So your Arcana check, you move closer, trying to get a sense of if this is levitation, if this is some sort of other thing. And give me a second here because you guys shifted. I gotta reveal stuff again. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. So this, and then 5, 10. Okay, that seems like a lot, but you know what? I know how the rules of diagonals work, so we're gonna just go with it. Reveal there, and then 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40 here. There we go. And also, just because I like making this clear, oop, there's a little space up there as well. There we go. So there's a little wall that sort of juts out here, and then there's another space over there. You can sort of very dimly see in the east, on the line of squares directly across from the light source, that there is the dim outline of a door in the wall. Anyways, as you're trying to use Arcana to judge the whatever's going on with this skull, you have a sudden horrific look that dawns across your face, which Okoro notices. Okay, and at that, you realize that what you're actually looking at is a massive gelatinous cube. Everyone, roll initiative.
Yay! I can have when this is done, I can have the skull. And it'll be very clean.
Oh my god.
Raz figured it out.
Okay. So we're gonna go to the top of the round, which is Raz. So you're up first.
This is like a trap for me.
I'm going to cast a first level spell called Fairy Fire because fuck that noise.
Oh, I'm also gonna get rid of that pointer.
Failure.
Okay. Nobody needs to modify their rolls thanks to the effect that we'll put on. It should calculate automatically.
Then Raz is going to roll, I'm assuming nature or arcana.
Let's do Arcana.
That's a big thing. It eats things. I'm leaving. Done.
You've suddenly had this horrific moment where you're uncertain if Jello that you've eaten on the surface could have in fact eaten you. End your turn.
Oh,
There you go.
all yours, Haleth.
Haleth sees you skirt out of the room. My friend, you look frightened.
Giant Jello.
That sounds like a job for me. 5, 10, 30. He skirts around the corner and comes to a screeching halt just in front of the cube. Okoru, you are up.
Okay. It's Magic Hammer time.
Oh. So, there's one other thing that I got distracted about in the revelation, forgot to mention. Sylvia. So you get the sense that that skull actually is radiating some kind of magic. And part of the reason that you've come to this conclusion is that this is very large for a gelatinous cube. You have a sense that it may, in fact, be having an effect on the cube itself.
I like skulls.
I think that
That's not
thing might be
nice.
having some sort of an effect on it, but I got no idea what.
What, you scared me. Could you take these? I'm so sorry, what?
I was
I want
telling
your skull.
Okay.
I was telling Okoru in character.
So yeah, give me just a second. I think there's some rules around. See, okay, yeah. Okay. I think the answer is in the rules here. No, not on a failed saving throw. Right? I thought there was a rule that allowed you to pull people out of cubes. While doing so.
I think there is.
There is, and I thought it was in the monster block for this.
Maybe it's in the one for the normal.
Maybe. Hold on. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do instead. I'm not finding the rules that I want. I don't want to waste any more time skimming through this. So what I'm going to say... Oh, wait a minute. Oh, here it is. It was just higher up than I thought. A creature within 5 foot of the cube can take an action to pull a creature or object out of the cube. Doing so requires a successful DC 12 strength check, and the creature making the attempt will take some damage.
I mean, I'm just hitting this thing. But since I've connected before I roll my damage, I'm going to inflict a stunning strike on it. So
Okay.
I don't know if I can do that from my end.
Well, I think he has to make a
Or
saving throw, right?
He does.
Right, and it's
I
a
was trying to make.
Constitution?
Let's see. I just had it up. Sorry.
It's okay.
It indeed is a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. He rolls a 15. Is that sufficient?
Let's see. My wisdom. I think so. I think it was a 14.
Okay. Then the cube quivers with the force of your blow, but aside from some of the damage it took, it is otherwise unharmed.
All right,
Do the
let me go ahead
cube
and
noise.
apply the damage then. God damn it.
I would think it would be easy to target.
You know, he's having a day. There we go.
Ah, there we go. So,
All
yeah,
right.
the
He's
quiver causes the creature to ripple. You're not certain it had much of an effect.
he he is going to magically kick it,
Okay.
and he is going to stunning strike it again.
Okay.
So another Constitution.
Oh, he's gonna try to stunning. Okay. Constitution saving throw is 13. He gets stunned. I have
Great.
the effect. So stunned.
Okay.
Oops,
And
I applied it
then
to you. Sorry, let me take that off.
I'll increase my AC by 2, and then I just looked it up. Kicking it again won't unstun it, so I will kick it again.
Okay, for another
Did
key
you
point.
apply the damage for the first kick, Brandon?
No, I didn't. Sorry.
Ah, you managed to stun it, but didn't manage to do much in the way of damage.
Okay, it's stunned.
Okay. Well, it is now time for the Gelatinous Cube itself. Let's see what his effects are.
Considering it's stunned, I don't know.
Sylvia, you're up.
Yay. I am going to get the hell away from that friggin' thing.
Okay.
And I'm just going to Eldritch Blast the living crap out of it.
Hmm.
Wow. That was an underwhelming roll. Let's try number 2. Hell
Oh,
yeah.
wow, that's much better. So,
A
although
6 and a 9.
although it's very large, which also makes it fairly easy to hit, at first your Eldritch Blast impacts the surface of the thing, and surface tension really seems to make it look like basically nothing happened. But you follow it up with a second Eldritch Blast and manage to hit the same point, and that causes a much more large sort of explosion of acid, which fortunately does not harmfully rain down upon your allies. Most of it dissolves once it comes free of the Gelatinous Cube. Oh, I'm so sorry. I really have to get in the habit of letting you guys end the turn.
I'm just seeing what sort of bonus got, but I don't have as many as I want to have.
You got some levels to go. Azure, you're up.
I'll move into the room and Misty Step charge into battle, and then swing at the cube.
Okay. You
And I'll use a smite too.
nicely done. Um, once you sort of land. Okay.
Another smite.
Woo.
King of burst damage over here.
Yeah, so Azure rounds the corner, uh, blinks from his location and appears out of a misty cloud, swings his sword once, blasting it with radiant damage, swings his sword again, blasting it with radiant damage, and the creature takes a lot of hits but is still standing. Ivar, you're up.
I'm just gonna dash. Say, okay, you guys got this, and then I'm gonna end my turn.
Okay.
I got myself a cheerleader.
Raz, you're up.
I'm assuming that gelatinous cubes can't hear.
You can assume that, yes.
A vicious mockery wouldn't work on it.
I think it would need to understand you too.
Fortunately, no.
Nope, they don't have to understand. They just have to hear, and that's the problem. All right, I'm going to.
Yeah, these monsters are tone policing.
Go back here, and then I'm gonna just end my turn because I don't think I have anything I can add to this combat. I think my fairy fire concentration.
Okay.
Well, if nothing else, don't you have like a crossbow?
Oh right, I forget that I can use that damn thing. 1 second.
That's a hit. Damage was
There you go.
dealt. Well done.
Done.
Yay!
Okay, so Haleth is going to lash out with his fists. He hits, does some damage, punches again. The creature quivers in terror
Finish him. Yes.
and collapses.
I
The
was completely
acid
unneeded.
washing away and evaporating very quickly.
I grabbed the skull.
You found the skull. Hang
I
tight
got
for a
the
second.
skull.
You
Right.
touched the skull without us being able to figure out what it is.
Yes.
Well,
I'm
Maybe you
about
can
to
die too.
laugh.
You have to wait a little bit for the acid to get away, but
I'll just grab.
once you do, let's see here. So,
This will go well with my beer cups, my skull beer cups.
oh, okay. So I assume that you guys are going to spend some time trying to work with it. Just roll some Arcana checks. You'll be able to figure it out.
I've got to identify you now.
I do, but I'm telling you it's not necessary.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
We're all as smart as each other. I'm
So-
smart because it's a skull.
Oh, I forgot to roll. Sorry. Wasn't paying attention.
You don't
Foolish
need to.
mortal.
I already know it's a skull.
That's incredible. So Raz, Okuru, and Sylvia all kind of crouch around this skull that Okuru jealously sort of grips in his in the palm of his hand.
He
And
literally slaps Raz away.
you're all kind of like looking at it and poking at it and getting a sense of its magical field, and all of you are coming to the same conclusion, which is that it looks like the only property of this skull is to enlarge gelatinous cubes. And then Ivar finally manages to hustle over, and when he gets there, he says, "Well, what's up with this cube or skull?" And then everybody tells him, and he takes a look at it, and he goes, "Huh, yeah, that's correct, all right." So that is the property of this skull.
It's my skull.
Your gelatinous cube enlarging skull. Very handy.
If only you guys still had Glabagool.
I mean, there's somebody into that.
Yeah. The
But
scary
not
thing
me.
is you're right.
I'm going to drink beer out of it.
Okay.
I still point out that skulls have way too many holes to be useful to drink anything out of.
Tell that to the orc skull I was drinking the beer out of last night.
So anyways, as for the rest of this room, let's see here. It looks like for the most part, any furniture, any features aside from the frescoes have all been worn away by the presence of the gelatinous cube. In exploring a little bit, you managed to find there's a door to the south. There's another door to the southwest, and then there's a door due west of your current location, and one east. This has a lot of exits and entrances.
Let's check this one over here first.
Wait, where? Oh, that one. Okay. So what are you doing? Are you just opening it, or are you gonna?
Oh, I'm mage handing it from a distance.
Okay. Like that. There we go. That helps a little bit. And then I'll go like this.
So Core wanders aloud. You know that guy I smacked really hard in the face with an arrow? Do you think those dimwits may be the ones who are doing like all the mining in this place?
I don't think so, because the very property of this dungeon is that it cannot be mined away unless the person who owns the dungeon allows it. So I think that's kind of irrelevant. Sorry, I don't think that they're related, because if they had enough power to be able to fight the person who owns this dungeon, we'd be screwed.
Okay, so now that that conversation is concluded, so when Sylvia uses the mage hand to open the door, you were expecting, well, really a standard door opening, meaning that the door swings open slowly and it comes in your direction. No, actually, as soon as you twist the handle, the door flies the fuck open, and 24,000 cubic feet of salt water rushes out into this space. It fills pretty much the floor that you're in, I think, up to about an inch and a half. Um, but yeah. And so everybody is going to have to make a DC 12 strength saving throw. And I'll make it for Haleth. Okay, so let's see here. There's the first strength. Sylvia
Okoro
fails.
uses the least effort possible.
Oh, well, I didn't even use with my proficiency, and I still passed. Okay.
Any creature. Oh, okay. So, let's
Wait,
see
did
here.
that not take from mine? That's a waste.
Okay. Hold on a second more. Dice. There we go. Okay. So, in the
I failed.
process, I thought you already rolled.
I thought I did too, and I thought I got a 19, but it's not showing up in the log, so I
Yeah,
get
I
swept
saw
away.
several rolls that just wouldn't show up.
Yeah. Okay. Well, no problem. Raz, Sylvia, and Azure are caught off guard by this and knocked prone. You end up taking 5 points of bludgeoning damage when you know, impact the floor pretty hard. But once that's taken care of, that kind of seems to be it. So the room beyond now is, you know, all the water is level with that room and the room that you're currently in. Oh, it
Was the
says
water warm, cold,
the
hot?
water was cold. It wasn't like Arctic or anything, but it was just cold. And it turns out it was a depth of a half an inch. Sorry about that. The water itself is actually rather putrid. A
Lovely.
rotting corpse of a human wizard in green and purple robes um, washes out and just kind of like comes to a halt about 20 feet from the door, just south of Azure. It
Nobody needs a
looks,
bath that badly.
I know, right? It looks like there's some furniture and some other things inside of the room, but you won't know until you investigate further.
Did the wizard float out into our room, or is
Oh,
he
he was
in the
washed
room?
out, yeah.
Let's search the corpse.
Yeah, investigate him.
Okay. Um, the wizard himself actually doesn't have anything on him.
Oh,
Waterlogged robes, but obviously that's nothing of note. Yeah. So inside the
So,
room, Okoro can see that there are some overturned tables, waterlogged books which have been destroyed by the salt water. There's something shiny in the corner right here.
swimming, swimming, swimming
It's a half
all
inch.
day long.
There's no swimming
Swimming,
involved.
swimming, swimming.
It's absolutely
Makes
impossible to swim.
a swimming song.
Okay. So, what the fuck is going on? Okay. I think,
You still there?
yeah, I'm still here. Could you guys not
Okay.
hear me?
Yeah.
I could.
Okay. It looks like something happened with Eric's connection, and then it prevented me from being able to use mask mode. So, anyways, right. Once you come into the room and investigate, you find that there is a glass wand on the floor. Um,
Ooh.
it actually is pretty nice. It has some good detail work in it. It's almost certainly the Dead Wizard's arcane focus.
Mhm.
I'm not going to make you jump through any hoops for it. It turns out that the glass wand itself is not magical, but it would probably be worth at least 25 gold pieces. Does anybody want it?
Into
Not
our
a
pack
Koru.
mules inventory.
I'm sorry?
Into our pack mules inventory.
You got it.
Somebody else will have to collect it. He will not.
All
Why
right.
not?
It's not useful to him.
Well, I mean, generally we just chuck things into your pack.
He's fine with that. If you need that glass dildo so badly, then, you know.
Well, think of it as 5 gold pieces because it's 25 split 5 ways.
Yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't care about money. That's
Oh,
like
Right,
that's
25 split 4 ways.
right.
Yeah, unfortunately, the program has a hard time with that. But anyways, moving right along. I take it you're going to investigate to the east now?
if
Yeah.
everybody's okay with that.
Yeah, let's do
Yeah.
that.
I'm
To
just gonna mage
investigate the
hand that.
door and what it sounds like beforehand before opening it.
You
Oh, I hear
invest.
Okay.
splashing.
Yeah, you guys investigate the door a little more thoroughly this time. I mean, last time the water wasn't making any noise, so in fairness, there really wouldn't have been a way to know until you'd opened the door that there was something horrific on the other side of it, which, is really the theme of this room. Something horrific on the other side of the door. Oh, you don't have to roll a separate investigation. You guys use your perception. You don't
I
hear
can't hear
anything.
it.
This particular door does not have an airtight seal. The last one did, but it wasn't something that you really thought about.
Okay, swing open the door. All the way. Woof.
Yeah. Move over.
So use Mage Hand this time and almost wince as the door opens, but it turns out to be pretty much fine. Door opens, no particular consequences. Hold on a second.
I bet this connects just to the hallway, right?
Depends. Do you have your light source active?
I didn't
I
turn it
don't need
off.
one.
Okay.
In fact, I still have the coin with the light on it, so I'll chuck that into the hallway.
Okay, give me a spot. There we go.
There
5,
we go.
10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Uh, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Okay. Okay. I'm going to reveal this square just
Sorry,
to
Will.
make it a little more clear than it would have been otherwise. There we go. So the light shines almost all the way up to the top of the hallway. You remember that it bent to the south, so there's probably nothing really worth discussing in those 10 feet up there. But to the south, you can see that it actually, okay, wraps around a little bit to the west. Unfortunately, until Okoro moves into a square he can't see, he can't use his dark vision,
That's fine.
which means you can't actually see anything.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wait,
Boop.
yeah, you
I'll
can.
pocket the.
So I believe the rule is that dark vision cannot be active while you're inside of a light source. So with Sylvia pocketing it, it's fine. But this,
Oh,
yeah,
interesting.
yes. So anyways, give me a second here. I got to measure at 60. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. And then reveal like that. And then like that. And actually, I'm going to reveal like that as well. Okay, and then I think you can basically just see like that. And then let me get this wall.
Hmm.
There we go. This particular space, that wall, it looks like someone's bored tunnels through some collapsed sections, and it's granted access to the room to the south of where you were just at.
All right. I'll go bouldering.
Okay. Um,
Are you stealthing?
That's an
Oh, yeah.
excellent question.
I will. I thought we were still on the previous stealth check, but that would have been before the last.
Deluge.
Yeah.
Okay. So now that we've got that, and then I'm also going to reveal, like, say that. There we go. Sylvia feels along the wall and manages to find the rocky place. It's actually pretty treacherous, moving through the dark in a collapsed area that you can't really see, but yeah. I'm going to go like that, because it helps elucidate where walls are. So once you make it into this room's already, like I said, it partially collapsed for whatever weird reason. But it looks like whatever had caused the collapse has maybe obscured furniture or other items that might have been in the room. You can see little splinters of wood out around and maybe like a leg of something, but you're not sure um, what would have been in this room previously. Now, there's also this tiny little passage down here to the south that you can sort of see through the darkness. But that's kind of all the features there are.
Okay. Where to, gang?
The south, I guess.
I can't see a damn thing.
Nope. Move yourself where you're exploring.
I'll follow you. Just keep going south.
Okay. Hey, this passageway is about as tight as Howl's butthole.
There's a very awkward silence coming from Aleph in that particular moment. Move him here just for the sake of it.
He kids because he loves.
Waiting on you. Let's see. Okay, so you can see the rest of that tunnel that you initially scouted out when you came out of the Goblin marketplace. The tunnel off to the east, however, there's more of that boring going through the rock. So until you sort of go down that way, it's going to be really hard if that tunnel twists and turns to see much ahead.
Okay, I'll go here.
Okay. Like that. Go like that. And I'm trying to get a good sense of like just what you can and can't see. Maybe like that. There you go. Also
This
reveal.
reminds me of the hallway of whips. That was a fun challenge.
Here, and then here. Okay, so it looks like this is gonna shift up here. I'm trying to reveal a little more down here to show where the walls are. It looks like it's going to spill out into a larger room. Let's see if I can get this right. Should be about good. Once you make it in here, there's with dark vision, you can't read. And I bring this up to say that it seems like there might be something on the wall. There's a little bit of something flaking off of it, but you can't tell what it is in the dark. And yeah, so the walls here may be flaking with something, but you're not sure what it is.
All right, he announces as much and then continues on.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna bring out my light coin again,
Okay.
holding it in my hand, shining
Sylvia
it like a flashlight.
Sylvia fetches out of her pocket and cups her hand. As she flashes it around the wall, it seems that something has actually been painted here. It takes you a little bit to sort of catch the beginning of the story, but the walls of this passage are painted with images of wizards succumbing to madness and being transformed into Nothics. One particularly vivid image shows shafts of eerie green light exploding out of a spellbook and changing a wizard into a gibbering mouther, which is a type of demon.
Is that one of the things we've seen before?
No, but I don't think that it's unfair to show you a picture from the monsters manual since it's painted on the wall. Give me a second. Challenge, and then Gib. Here, other image, share. This is what it looks like.
Yuck.
That's an act of 3. You could do it if you're drunk.
I don't think any amount of alcohol would yeah, no.
Yuck.
You've not slept with an orc.
Okay.
So is there language or is it just images?
It's just images.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a visual story, and let me tell you, the image of being transformed into a gibbering mouther is terrible.
Yuck.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'll peer around this
Sylvia
corner.
sort of rubs her holy symbol briefly, mutters a short prayer, and moves on.
This is what happens to people who think they're smart.
Also, I pocket the coin again.
Okay, so you pocket the coin again. I don't think there's really anything obscuring your vision here, so let me get this just right. Yeah, I know what you meant. I thought that it would be constructive if you felt like looking it up now, since you have less to do than I do. Let's see here. And then, let me see, that's 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60 is here. And then I'm also going to reveal this spot here so that you can tell there's a door. So the passageway shoots back up to the north, of course, and there is a passageway off to the east. And you get a sense that there's some sort of flickering light coming from in there. It's really faint out in the hallway, but with dark vision, any source of light really rather stands out to you. So there you go.
There's somebody flashing sparkles up there. Is there anything over by where I'm at right now, Alex?
What do you, oh, I'm so sorry. I had something up. Oh. There we go. It's a collapsed section of the passage.
All right. Where to now, Azor?
We can just go north along this passage.
I'm going to point out it's 9:30.
Oh, it is. This is a perfect place to end then.
Okay.
All right. Well, thanks for playing, everyone. Have a good night, and we'll play next week.
Thanks for having us.